Okay. Alright, we're good. We're just gonna have to deal with the lack of auto subs. What a shit show. What a mess. What a mess. I can't like load anything at the moment. My computer is completely crashed. It's just an absolute mess. We're gonna do USA. Here. It's on the channel now. We're good. Okay, practice listening. Okie dokie. I can't see anything. What a train wreck. Alright, so we're here. At least we're online, I suppose. It's good. Let's try round 2. Oh my god. Fudge. Okay. Sup shitters, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to the second attempt at doing this live stream. You can tell I'm slightly elevated. I'm not angry. No one ever gets angry when they live stream. Never. No one is like the one big one per per month. Fuck my life. We're gonna be reviewing Jay Chou's 12 album today, so we're gonna switch over to here. We we have music here. We're gonna be reviewing each of these 12. The chaos. Let us continue. Let's go. We just don't have auto subs today. Let me know if the music is too loud. It's very loud for me at the moment. Hopefully it's loud for you. At least I tried. At least I tried to add auto subs. I have a clear conscience now. I can't do much about that if YouTube isn't going to let me add it. I love these synthy parts though with the drums. They're fantastic though. Don't know why people were sort of doubtful about me enjoying this though. Again, it's really... I don't know why people were telling me that I wouldn't like this. I absolutely adore it, dude. It's pretty loud. Okay. Okay. Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Fucking... Because I had it... I'm gonna find it on my phone, guys, just so that we can have a real professional experience with this. It's a little louder than my voice. Thank you. All right, because I was doing some live streaming of a video game, and clearly it's too loud. So we'll go over to here, and I've got it on 10. Let's try it. I've turned it down now, so I'm hoping this is fine. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't. I like the doo-doo thing is going on with these synths. It's like classic sort of Jay Chou, except electronic and synthetic. Is it okay? Hopefully this is better. I don't know, man. Because I'm supposed to be putting listening time and all that kind of stuff as well. I like the wah guitars. You've got a little bit of wah pedal going on here alongside the cute little reverb delayed kind of arpeggiated parts there. Again, the drums are really nice and bombastic, really energetic. I'm enjoying that. You know, he's in his head voice and he sounds nice and colorful there. There's some neoclassical elements in here that I'm appreciating, but at the same time, you know, you got a lovely situation here. No, you know, I actually don't mind. I actually adore this. Is a fantastic beginning to it. What was the name of the song called? It was called 4 Seasons. Okay. I mean, it's kind of that just went really quickly. Since when did Jay Chou do 2-minute 39 tracks? Why is this music so short now? Like, it almost seems like we could have done a lot more with that, you know? He took physical practice and got 8 abs, and his voice became more deep and mature. All right, let's just hear that back and hear how that sounds, because. When did Jay Chou do 2 minutes? I'm appreciating, but at the same time, you know, you just got a lovely situation here. Okay, it is quite loud. Okay, no, I'm happy with that. If you guys think it's too loud, let me know. You'll fill me in, I'm sure. His voice did become more deep and mature at this point, for sure. So wait, where are the English parts? Oh, the translations. No, there are no translations for it, because I chose the one without the English lyrics. Of course I did. Train of the 4 Seasons. Here we go. More. English translation. Awesome. Good. And it goes back up to the top, doesn't it? My favorite. What the fuck happened there? Why is it doing this now? Let me go in a little bit. Thank you. Reign of Welly. He hurt his throat and changed the way he sang. Yeah, I mean, I think it suits him just fine. He got abs. Well, it's good to know that Jay Chou is staying physically fit, right? The sound of the distant mountain flowers of spring, the next car midsummer cameo staged. Like to play the black and white keys in quick succession. These lyrics are, the translation is not great. I'm not quite sure what this is about. That continues to move deciduous tears, autumn. It's like someone went and got the originals and they just put it through Google Translate and like, that's enough. That's enough. Putt whistle sounded to meet the mysterious fog. Oh, fuck. Oh, to do your Dazooey face a little confused. You say you forgot my body temperature. Puff your eyes, lonely cat. Close to you, old risk I do not care. Oh, toot, turn around to get rid of my speed. I'll remember like a cat dance. Can you guys help me out, please? I don't know what this means. What is this song about? I'm having a real moment here. I'm trying to take this sort of seriously. I'm trying to be reasonably, professional about this, but I also am faced with the eyes of madness here. Dianchi, the toes, lips imprinted my nose. Fuck. Oh no. He can't do that anymore at this point. So he can't rely on his throat. Well, that's exactly it. I don't understand how Jay Chou didn't get told by someone to not use like his chest voice at some point. It's crazy to me that he managed to get away without using his full body to sing for that long. I'm really glad that Jay got helped with his vocal technique there. I'm just sad that it took him getting seriously hurt for that to occur. Yeah, I don't know what this track is about. Honestly, I'm looking at this and I genuinely don't get this. Please tell me what the song is about. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. At least I know that we're getting a background on Jay's vocals there. I suppose for half the people watching this, they're kind of going, yeah, I definitely know what's going on here. At least people are talking. That's nice. Why did they hate the voice change though? What's wrong with him having a different voice? Maybe the song is about detective. Thank you. I appreciate being told about detective work. I mean, like, you look at it and it could be. Toot to get rid of my speed, I'll remember like a cat dance. So basically, I'm gonna say that this first track is about cats and toot toots and driving around. That was the first track by Jay Chou, which is a nice little synthy poppy kind of vibe there. Detective Things on the Train. Love changed in season. Thank you, Priyank Sonagara. This is the one of the least listened songs to me. Well, I'll be honest with you. It looks to be one of the least listened to songs on the album. So you share a kinship there with the rest of the Jay Chou fandom. It's okay though. I appreciate Love Changed in Seasons. So Detectives on a Train and Seasons. Okay, it's good to know. I think we're getting close to the meaning. Thank you for your help. I'm going to say, thank you for the help. Thank you for the help. That's wild to me. Why wouldn't you think about the lyrics? I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, RG, right? But why not think about the lyrics? Like, I would like to know what the story is telling me. We've got Show You-O, track number 2. No, we've listened to that one. We're number 2 now. Thank you, Spotify. And again, we have the lovely variety show aesthetic to this album that I have not as familiar with as I probably should be at this point. Have we listened to this song before? Why do I get the impression that we've listened to this track before? Am I wrong? Is this part of the... It is! We have listened to this one. We totally have listened to this track before. I liked the first song better than this one. This is very similar to what I've had previously from Jay Chou with ballads, and I was looking forward to new stuff considering he had the opportunity to literally go in a completely different direction with his voice change. Thank you, everyone. Is that Jay Chou going into that low range there? Again, like I am listening to that slow groove on the drums there, the piano voice with the various kind of phrasings there. I freaked out over his abs. Good to know. Probably shouldn't be showing that side of me in a live stream, but that's fine. Give me something. Yes. That's it. Well, that's what we want to. I love I will fight anyone that tells me that his vocals are inappropriate. I will literally pin someone to the ground if they say to me that Jay Chou's vocals are not good here. I love the synth vocoders. Guys, this is pop music and rap and hip hop in the 2020s. It's just all this shit. There's a reason for that. He preceded it. I love it. More of that, please. I like that kind of has that synthetic sort of connection there we had alongside the Vocaloid vocals, and just again it's a really gentle sort of breeze behind it with the vocal parts. I'm glad that Jay Chou finally learned how to sing. That's gonna piss some people off, but whatever. I like the Euro trance. There's the going on the sides there, a pan to the sides there. They're a nice sort of developmental device in this bridge section. And the dreamlikeness sort of variety there going on with what's the word for it there? What's the word for it? Da 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 boom. The piano parts there in that bridge section. It's very relaxing to listen to. I want it to go harder though, and I want there to be some guitar songs in this. And if there's no guitar songs in this album, we're gonna be having some words. I'm gonna call up Jay Chou's manager and be like, what do you think? There's just no oomph to it to me though. There's just no balls to it for me though. There's no oomph to it. There's like bass, but it's so well balanced that it's almost kind of boring. Yeah, because remember how in that big video I may have put out a couple of days ago, I said I was going to be completely transparent? Yep. Yep. I think this would have been cooler if you'd had like a little sort of like guitar solo or something over the top of it. It's too predictable. It's just a little bit more too gentle for my tastes. There's nice warmth with the side vocals here, but there's too much of the Euro trance synth arpeggiator going on the sides. See, it's just so soft with the rapping. He needs more plosives, like pop, 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 pop. He needs more plosives, man. He needs more oomph with them. But he's trying to sort of like softcore, kind of soft dick rap, and it's just soft cock rap, and it's just soft cock rap, and it's just it needs more spice to it. It just fades into the ether. It got these jazzy sort of extensions that are very common in a lot of pop and R&B nowadays. Yeah, no, I mean like composition-wise, like it's great, you know, like for the style of music that it starts with, it doesn't really go beyond it. It's like got a dreamlike aesthetic to it, so it succeeds there, you know. Guys, I dislike this album. Shredders, I need to at least like something today. I mean, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a classy, gorgeous, wonderful song. It's just also like, I don't know, like you're gonna, you know, contrast within a track. It doesn't need to be the same kind of energy the entire time. The whole album is very easily predictable. Gosh darn it, Shredders, we're in for a ride today, aren't we? I'm really glad that I had a coffee before this. I'm probably gonna need another coffee halfway through at this rate though, you know. I want Jay Chou to wake me up. When you see an incredibly toned man on a unicorn, you expect some crazy stuff to happen. You don't expect it to be subpar and lackadaisical. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm probably gonna get someone going, oh, you're not being professional music reviewer. Dude, I am professionally reviewing this. I can be professionally disappointed if I want to, okay? Oh, okay, so we need to literally... We didn't get the lyric. Jay. This one. Sign language. Here we go. Now, this website is always kind of... No, I want you to put away the ads, dude. Look at this. Like, it's like I'm looking at some sort of screwed up Tetris puzzle. Like, it's got all these on the side there. Okay, I suppose that's doable. What if I go out? Oh, I can get rid of it. Yay, that's better. Cool. Yeah, I answered the voice change question. You answered before my question went through. Thank you for clarifying. We've reviewed the music video. By the way, a strong chance we'll go back to doing videos this year. Even starting later this month. But we'll see. I want to go back to doing videos, but I'm also not going to commit to anything. It's just something I'd like to do because I do kind of miss looking at YouTube videos. And I think it'd be kind of fun to run the gamble of, will this get the live stream blocked? You know what I mean? I think that'd be fun. We'll see the record for the amount of times the live stream gets interrupted because people don't. They choose people that get constantly banned. That's all right. So sign language. Right, that is the one. I can't look at you even in sign language, so I know how to describe it. Yeah, okay, when you talk about beautiful being like, beauty being too dreamy and charming, the dreaminess is carried in there. Put your chest, please believe, not doubt. Hey girl, take your right hand. This is not a handshake. Is this a love kind of song? Is this about like, take a kiss you, I'll gargle first. Why would you talk about gargling? Gargle is such a gross word, man. I don't know about you guys, but when someone says gargle, I kind of want to vomit. My sign language is you always pretend not to understand. Too much I can't finish. This guy's yours alone. Do you know what we can do actually? Like whilst we're here, just because I can. I can go to the stream settings and lower the. I can't lower the fucking latency. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm not upset. I'm fine. We can live with this. It's cool. I was gonna lower the latency so that the chat was not so far behind where I was, just so that you guys could keep up. But no, we can't do that either. Apparently, you can't do much once you've started a stream, and you can't do much once you reset a stream. But that's fine. That's okay. That's nothing wrong with that. Lips are so stupid. I have to kiss you again. I love you as a lot more than that. There is no escape from your magic. Why are my lips so stupid? I have to kiss you again. So this song is basically about Jay Chou wanting to kiss someone so that they can understand them better, is my understanding of that track. I think that's great. RG Wright says the cover is terrible. I disagree. I think that the album cover is probably Jay Chou's best album cover yet. I think the use of him staring sedaciously into the camera with the beautiful horse with the unicorn. I mean, that horse looks like a very special horse. They didn't have Photoshop back in 2012, so they would have had to literally find a unicorn. And I think that's just how successful Jay was, is that he could basically get unicorns and put them in his screenshots. So that's awesome. 2 for 2, man. I'm not gonna lie. That last track, I didn't enjoy it very much. I appreciate subjectively, I didn't enjoy it. I can understand the musicality behind it. It was a well-produced track, but I've literally listened to 100 of Jay Chou's tracks at this point in time. I need more than just average. I need something really special. Eunuch with a Headache, track number 3. Laughing. I think the little ping pong sounds with the really impressive range and diversity of the percussion are kind of dope. Interesting use of 36 and 16 tone groups. A little subtle synth kind of melody in the background is fantastic. I adore this. This is fantastic. How could you have predicted from listening to that guy cackling at the start that it would have gotten into this? These are those traditional sort of like plucked strings there. Insane flow. Again, I think this is probably one of my favorite Jay Chou tracks off of the last few albums, which is exactly why it's not that much listened to. If I like a track, it hasn't got many plays. That's just how it works in Jay Chou album land. But just a little sort of like those looped drum part fills coming in with the just the elevation of those sort of synth sequences in the background that are nicely filled in. It elevates this 3-chord progression so far. The composition is intricate. Go go, go go, go go. And this is the growth of Jay Chou as a musician, because earlier on the Foley effects, the little sound effects would have been too sort of like kind of too sort of pronounced, but there's a nice polish to the mix and mastering that I have to appreciate here. It's just great to have the situation with Jay Chou where as an honorific title for Unix. Sup, Lucid fan, how you doing? Our honorific title for Unix. Really? So does Jay Chou find it funny that Unix are Unix? Or does he find the sound of the name wrong? Funny, I mean. See? The fluttering of that kind of animated sequencer in the background is gorgeous. Wonderful development. And all these backing vocals, how they talk and go and respond on opposite sides of the stereo. This entertains me. This is so much better, in my opinion, than the previous two. So probably subjectively, but also there just seems like there's just a lot more going on than the previous track, especially, where it's just fluffy and stars and kind of mediocrity. Again, that gong 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 is used, it's not just a funny thing, but it's also used percussively as an alternate rhythm to what's going on for the drums to accent some kicks and stuff like that. I want someone to do a middle cover of this. So if there's anyone watching this, and if anyone watches my videos and because like nobody watches my videos, and like if anyone watches this and wants to do a middle cover of it, I think this is the song off the album to do a middle cover of. That was great. Honestly, that was an absolute charm to listen to. I enjoyed that a lot. That's my favorite track so far. I just think there's got a lot of personality to it. 3 minutes was well used and well utilized. Eunuch with a headache. Gong Gong has a headache. There's not enough silver. Extremely corrupted. So does Pei. There's 3,000 beautiful women in the court, but he can't touch a single one. Damn, that soldier, man. That soldier's missing out on 3,000 vaginas. Close to the lanterns. These 10 years of hardship can't be understood by anyone. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Oh, this is so much. I love the storytelling in this one. Maybe it's because it's a semi-competent translation. But also simply because you have this wonderful situation here where like it's talking about political stuff, i.e. stuff that elicits a reaction that's not simply, oh, I love a woman. Or I love a man. Because there's definitely never been a love song before. They're definitely not overdone. The compassion or loser, these all must be understood. See, I'm a poor student here because I was a scholarship champion, but I'm always out of loop being framed by the eunuch. Yeah, so it is about government corruption. I can see you guys talking on this side. Don't worry, I can see you. But yeah. Gong 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 gong. The music literature and art of the East has more subtlety than that of the West. You're right. Most stuff from the East has more subtlety than the West. It's not difficult, man. Everything's over the top in certain parts of the West. Okay, I get it. He takes a bow. He takes a bow. He's not reliable. He takes a bow. He takes a bow. Great job. All right, what are you guys chatting about? What are you shredders chatting about? He was dating Hannah at this point. Yeah, I know. You guys mentioned that he was dating Hannah above, and it's like, I don't know, man. I reckon that if you're in a relationship, you can't make songs about sex and all that kind of stuff. Then like, what's the point? You know, maybe you're talking about that kind of stuff with someone else. It's okay to be like that. It's okay, you know, just be in a healthy relationship. It's not like the other person owns you. You know what I mean? But also like, yeah, he must have really been in love with her to and made an entire albums worth of love songs. All very about government corruption. I can tell there's a sense of humor there. I think it'd be more natural if I understood the language natively, you know. I am disappointed that there's only tracks that are kind of complex or funny. That is testament to the lack of fluidity that we had there, you know. Unix had too much power, then in Qing Dynasty, Unix social status went down. Oh, okay. And we got ourselves a secret message here. Dun dun dun. Deep L translation activate. Very good live. Love from Porcelain. I wanna watch Jay Chou live. I want to see Jay Chou's concert. That'd be cool, man. But yeah, great track. And sup, who do we have here from China? Arzen, sup. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. We're listening to Jay Chou today. The first half an hour of this live stream was a complete mess, but we're picking up speed now. Yeah, I think that honestly, it would have been unusual being a eunuch. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm kind of glad I'm not one, and hopefully you're glad too. Ming Ming Zhu, English translation, none. Yeah, track number 4. Listening time. Okay, this is Jay Chou's bread and butter. Okay, we can get behind this. Seriously, why are people saying that his voice is off or that it's not good anymore? Those people, I mean, like, you're welcome to your opinion, but listen to him, man. Listen to him. It's gorgeous. His voice is phenomenal. He sounds to me so much better than he's done, at least in his first few albums. I'm glad that he has continued to develop his voice. And that piano backing alongside the strings and low end are phenomenal. Good voice. And that vibrato there is absolutely stunning, and that is not an easy thing to do. I'm sure people who have done vocal training understand how to get that gradual. I mean, I can't do it because I'm not a trained vocalist, but Jay Chou is because he's a great singer, and this is no exception. Again, not a huge amount of complexity to the chord progressions here. Very subtle drum beat there with the filtered kit. It's very misty and atmospheric. It suits the cover of this. Nice use of an acoustic kit there. It's nice to have a bit more oomph to it, you know. I don't necessarily agree with the pianissimo feel of those tom fills, but at the same time, like, more power to him, you know. The softness is his safe space. That part there we goes up into that thing. That's a beautiful note there, and I love how it rises with those strings. I mean, again, this is very similar to a lot of the other ballads I've heard from Jay, especially across the last like half of his discography, from like 6 to 11. He's really got the orchestral backing is damn near flawless. He's clearly a competent piano player, so you know that's where he's getting a lot of his themes from here. I think in addition to it, it's literally just this situation here where I think it's Jay Chou's meal ticket. Basically, this is the track he knows, which is going to get people to fly by. So I think, ironically, he needs to make it special. But it would be incredibly difficult for Jay to write these ones, because he has to find some way to make them unique while also making them just as good. I think from a compositional perspective, there's a lot to enjoy here. I like the fact we have a string solo section. I know it's a repeat of the original theme, but I mean, like, honestly, like, you can't really go wrong with that. I don't know though, like, what more could we have done with this? Because there are some tracks that I hear from Jay Chou and it makes me feel something that I'm not used to feeling, something unique or original or unorthodox. It makes, sometimes listening to Jay Chou, I tear up even though I have no idea what he's talking about. This didn't do it for me. There was something missing here. I think it's almost too pristine in the sense that it just sounds like it should. So I'm not surprised by it. And that's a very kind of shitty place to be in, because it's almost like you can't be surprised anymore. I think this isn't necessarily my favorite track off of the album, but what you guys are talking about, you know, a lot of you guys love this track. It's why I asked you why it's your favorite track, you know. This is the classical piano ballad from each, yeah, absolutely. It's nice that the subtle difference in the way he protects his voice. It's still very nice. I think it's a tricky thing. I know that some people have massive issues with it, but I say people. This is because you don't understand the lyrics. Yeah, probably. That's probably because I don't understand the lyrics. But that's it. That's it. You know, everyone watching this, you know full well that there have been some songs where I haven't understood the lyrics, where I've teared up. You know full well that there are some songs which are at that level where, even though I have no idea what it's about, the music is just so beautiful and there's something within it that catches me. I don't necessarily need to understand the lyrics to become emotional or to be touched by a piece of music. That's why instrumentals work. That instrumentals work even if there's not a story. It's a little bit more intense, I think, for people who can understand it. And that's why I'm consistently envious of people like yourselves who can understand it natively, because you get yourselves in a position where you have the whole package. I'm missing something. You know what I mean? But yeah. I don't even think it's a lack of complexity. I simply feel as if Jay has perfected his craft, and I don't know what he can do. You know what? It actually kind of makes me feel sad. I feel sad listening to this, because we've got the situation with this track where it's almost like I expect this to be what he does. So therefore, when it happens, I'm like, oh, okay. It's not that I necessarily, I mean, it would have been cool to have like a key change or like another guitar solo or like maybe a difference in the drum groove or like, I don't know, like maybe a tapped bass solo, have a bass solo or like something else in there. Like, I feel like you can still actually, I'm listing stuff they could have done differently. But then as well, I'm not Jay Chou, so I can't tell him how to do as a musician. And he's so successful that I feel as if any advice is redundant to someone who's already achieved that commercial success. Because even if there was stuff you could improve, the formulas work so well that what's the point, right? I think it's a great song. I just think that this was predictable enough for me to be like, okay, I'm not getting the dopamine hit that I need. But I can understand why people appreciate it. And it's a valid comment to say that people don't necessarily understand the lyrics. I'm going to copy this stuff. I'm going to do a sneaky sneak. What are you guys talking about? What does this say? Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree and understand why people like love songs. It makes sense that Jay Chou writes these types of songs. Trying to sort of like comment. Yeah. It's still solid. Oh, as a karaoke song, absolutely. Oh. Chou album. Yeah, it's going to be a while until we get to the next Jay Chou album review. I figured I'd actually make it so that the next album was at 8K subs. So we will probably still be reviewing Jay Chou stuff, but just not the albums until we get to that next milestone. I just want to make sure that these are special occasions, right? You know what I mean? Jay fixed every mistake he made dating Petty Ho. Oh, okay. See, I don't know anything about Petty, but you know, it's cool. Like the lyrics for the song though. Yeah, this definitely sounds like one of those sort of love songs where there's an inch of regret and sadness there. You know, you've got too many worries, I won't expose them. We can give you more, there's no need to choose, I'll automate turn into a friend. So it's like with every single situation we have a track like this, Jay Chou is talking about a breakup and he misses them. And he realizes he has to be a friend to them or something like that, you know? Yeah, it's consistently like this where it goes away from, it's him looking back at another person and being like, I wish I'd made things better. Because of course people can relate to losing someone they loved. That's a universal thing. So no wonder it's so successful, right? Obviously he's a bit more gentle. Perhaps he can give you more. There's no need to choose or automatically turn into a friend. So that's kind of sucks. Kind of sucks that he went through that. I feel bad for Jay. I feel bad for him. Yeah, I can agree though. I think that's why there are more ballads. You know, it's better to loop and loop again. It's addicting. Yeah, this is the difference between you and I potentially watching this. I find like dubstep and like the technical death metal addicting. There is some pop music I do, but this is potentially also why we have disagreements on the relative quality of music. Is that not only do I not speak the language, but the kind of music I really, really enjoy unconditionally is super ferocious and honestly pretty gross. But I enjoy learning more about Jay Chou. I'm endlessly fascinated by the stuff that we learn about in here, and it's great. So track 5. With Cindy Yin. Listening time. I like how the chat went quiet after I mentioned that we'd be reviewing the next album at 8K subs. At least we'll get to check out some movies or something, I don't know. Yeah. I want the last Jay Chou album on 10K subs. And we'll get there by the end of the year potentially, but we'll see how we go. The synth part of the interesting was a really interesting introduction to it. Nice bass, rounding down the end for, you know, in the low end. Piano and the drums have a nice groove there. Cindy's got a great chemistry with Jay immediately. This is a jazzy kind of track here, speaking of which, you know, you have these kind of clean sort of keyboards going alongside the beautiful vocal harmonies here. And the bass line following the drums and the R&B-ish kind of moogish kind of subsidiaries going on. Oh yeah, we're bringing back those intro... I like how those hyacinths dance around the headphones. It's charming. It's palatable. It's like relatively inoffensive there. The theme is instantiated. You're getting it consistently with the instruments. Maybe Jay Chou felt the need to be a bit more safe with this so that Cindy could be included in the collaboration. Easy listening. Easy listening, dude. Man. Easy listening. Yep, right, rounding out into that, a little bit of a break before coming in. Again, the intricacy of those drum fills, man, like, I don't know if you guys pay attention to the drums in these songs. A lot of the time people talk about the lyrics and they talk about the way Jay Chou's voice sounds. But I think there's not enough love given to the drums outside of the ballads because these little sampled kind of grooves here and the little... They're wonderful. It's a conscious decision to put them there. And they could have had a simple go... They could have just done that, but boom. You know, it's non-melodic, but it's still important. Still important, man. Yep. There's a little bit of a sub drop at the start of each chorus as well, which is kind of subtle, but I like that it adds a little bit of more enforcement to it. Smart move there. Oh, it goes up. Oh, double? Eh. They totally could have put another lead element over that. Copy and pasting the exact same thing, I don't think was the right thing to do there. They have an entire $1 Million Studios arsenal worth of stuff to play around with. Could they not have put, like, I don't know, another string part on top of that at the second half to kind of make it sort of like I reviewed this incredible musician today, and there was none of that like copying and pasting stuff. I get that it's a single, but also this track is 4 minutes 49. Okay, see, that's fun. The portamento, the wow kind of bass there, that's great. We're gonna do some onomatopoeia scatting. Okay, that would have been great if they'd taken away the music entirely and just had Cindy. They should have done that. They should have taken away the music entirely and just had her the focal point. But instead, they were too sort of, in my opinion, they were too sort of set around having that groove consistent. People aren't silly, like listeners aren't silly. You can definitely just have, you could just.
手装不知道，它没有不好，只是话越聊越少。为何你爱我的，错过了幸福的味道。用记忆在对你拍照，让人难熬。其实我对于
Right.
你的
This is
好，也曾动摇。
yes.
为何你爱
Stop the presses. Mail the president. We had ourselves a stop in the middle of a chorus. Have we had that before? Has Jay Chou done that? Is this not the most revolutionary thing we've had throughout this entire album so far? Is just having it stop. I love it. This gets a lot. This, you know what? This gets. I don't mind the double track chorus. This gets a like because they did something risque. They took a risk. Good job. It just takes you out of the lull, the hypnosis, the mesmerization of going along with the smoothness of it, the easy listening. They're like, oh, we've had like 4 minutes 10 of this. We should probably do something different.
不对的时间，却放不掉。
They can never fade out. Don't you not fade out. You gotta fade out. Oh, have the courage to not resolve on the chord, dude. They could have resolved to a 6th or a 9th or something like that, man. Still, lovely way, very palatable, makes sense for the genre, the style of music. I'm gonna pick a fight with lose or win in a friendly, charitable way. The reason he can be successful is by lyrics and music video. None of these can be excluded. That I think that's always that I think that a musician should be able to be successful by their music alone. I think that should be enough to represent a musician. If you need to watch a video to get the full experience, the song hasn't done it well enough. Cue 50% ratio dislikes on this live stream. Next song sounds jazz. I think that while I appreciate that a lot of Jay's success has come from him including music videos, if you're needing to like watch a video to understand what the song's really about, he hasn't communicated that well enough to the listener, and it's not a positive thing, you know. It's an unfair advantage to have over a lot of other musicians who can't afford the budget to make massive music videos, you know. But yeah, track number 5. Here we go. I'm looking at my phone. There's no signal. I'm worried I won't receive your text. Even if it's a smiley face, I can't be able to throw it away. The radio brings news of the weather. I remember the jacket that used to block the rain for me. Together. Oh, they're fighting about love. Oh, okay, I get it. So like this is kind of dope. This is an interesting sort of like this is an interesting difference to the very previous ballad where Jay's actually performing with someone. And I like the fact that there's an actual chemistry between the two of them. They're singing between one another. That makes a love song like this more believable. I think it's a fantastic decision to do this collaboration. They chose the right people to get involved with it. Yeah. Cindy, remember the drink you love. I've stood to read you love. I can only never hold your hand. We highlight friends, yeah. You say his heart was given before mine. The gentleness of you can only be hidden by my heart. You say I love arriving too late. Why do you love arriving too late? What can we do not hurt each other? So is this about people like trying to figure out each other and they finally get together and talk and things kind of... Yeah, the right one but occurs in the wrong time. Thank you. Yeah. The right one but occurs in the wrong time. I get you. I get you. Thank you for explaining that. ads, man. Chinese listener concerns more about lyrics and sing but not production. That's fair. To be honest with you, like I think that's actually a common thing. You guys may not be aware of this, but like I think that like American Idol and things like that have completely like they've mutated the importance of musicianship to the point where instrumental stuff just isn't as massive as it used to be anymore. And I think that could be a sad thing because it's almost like if you don't have lyrics, people are like, well, hang on, how am I supposed to enjoy it if there's not a person speaking at me? But it's also cool if people like hearing singers and stories being told. That's cool too. No shame. But we've got Jay Chou, Lara Liang, and Gary Yang. Anything else here? Jay's a visual writer. He likes to shoot MV before music. Lyrics comes last. That's wild. I good on him for doing that, I suppose. It's a very unique way of doing things, but it works. I would like to do Omnipotent Youth Society. I would. I want to actually just do that at some point, but we'll see. Track number 6. Jazz. Jazz. Sup, Lanny1185. How you doing? I'm sorry, where did this come from? When has Jay Chou had anything like this in his disposal in his discography? It's incredible. It's incredible. I love Jay's approach here. Vocally is sensational, but also just used to that double bass there and the full brass section. Oh my goodness, it's orgasmic. It's phenomenal. Piano as well on the right. Also, yeah, shout out to Lara Liang and Gary Yang for being involved with this. This is kind of got a 12-bar blues kind of vibe. See, this is why can't Jay just do a whole album of this stuff? This is awesome. The full brass section, the pace of it, the groove there. If you're gonna commit to smoothness, play jazz. Play jazz, man. He works with us so well. You can imagine people dancing like the 20s and 30s, like the 1930s, not the 2030s. We aren't quite there yet. They will be blown up by that point. But the 1930s and like the swing movement, dude. People would have danced this stuff in those nightclubs. It would have been phenomenal. Jay could do a whole album of this. Oh, ooh, that trumpet. Why a cow? Why a cow? Why are we the farm animals? Lara, right? Breathy head voice there, sensational technique. Yeah, this is getting wild. Oh. And like the wire, the wire on the snare drum there, though. The quick little snare fills to switch it up, man. You just got the feeling that this was their sort of salvation as Oasis. And I like the fact that Lara has come in now to go alongside Jay Chou there. Just a great, completely logical addition to this next hook. It's got a great sense of pace again with those swing drums, the swing groove, the triplets there, alongside the walking bass line and the brass on top accenting certain parts. It's unfortunately, if he did a whole album with this track, he can't afford his current lifestyle. Oh, he must be rich enough though. Jay Chou must be rich enough at this point where he could do whatever the hell he wanted. Surely. The sound engineering in this song is incredible as well because you've got the actual recording of these instruments there. They're phenomenally EQ'd and filtered. They're not oversaturated with different effects. This is where I think it's thoroughly appropriate for Jay to have his vocals the way they are. But his fans won't be happy. Well, what about Jay being happy? Let's just talk about Jay for a moment. Jay is a human being. He's a human. And he's released 15 albums. 15. Let the man do a jazz album. He's done enough. He doesn't need to prove himself to anyone at this point, right? I don't even mind that the chorus is repeated because the motif is inherently interesting. There's a great sort of vibe and charisma to it. There's like 3 different vocalists as well, and they notch together really well. There's a fantastic chemistry between them. They all want to be in the studio. The enthusiasm, right? Makes you want to dance. It makes you want to groove. The rhythm and flow of it is phenomenal. And you just got that little trumpet flowing us out there. That, like, honestly, like, you can't beat that. That is damn near flawless. For me, this here would probably be a 9. Just between you and me watching this. It'd be a 9. A larger cello. Oh, I didn't get the right ones. Here we go. Where are the English lyrics? Give me English lyrics, you prick. Is it it? Oh. It's little fool, this isn't a cello. I'm plucking the strings, but you're eating dessert. I'm enough just by myself. Wait until I'm shocked off by your annoying expression. Okay. Cash. They never gets closer. Eat and get clean. I am really not at peace. The stand that Unix store uses my music is grandma music and even takes turns performing. Okay, so this is about people doing street performance and stuff like that, and the way you're flowing through life and trying to make a name for yourself, and people follow you along on your journey, your quest, and you eventually get to a point where, like, hey, you're able to succeed and make a life out of it. That's cool. That's cool. I dig it. How did I bother you? Saying that we had something together. Your hands and feet will come numb. I'll teach you. Please stand up. Remember to breathe during the chorus. Breakdancing acting a scene. Yeah, it sounds like a massive performance here. Like everyone's just vibing with it and enjoying themselves. Crowds. Keep borrowing another stand's music and keep on dancing. You actually think I'm annoying. What the hell? Aww. It's music that lets us incompatible people come together. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing with music. That's lovely. So I think it's about unison of music through jazz. I think that that's a really important thing for people to remember, is that honestly, like a lot of the people that come into like situations socially, they would probably like murder us in everyday life, right? You know, if we didn't have music to come together, like if you go to a gig, 10,000 people, you're not going to get along with everyone, but you got a shared kinship. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. It's good vibes. What do you guys think about the album so far? Because we're at the halfway point. We're at the halfway point. But yeah, Jay Chou was majoring cello alongside piano. That's cool to know. That's good to know. I did not realize that that was the way that he flowed. Actually, no, I did because I did some research on him and stuff like that. Just out of curiosity and all that kind of good stuff. That's a shame that he can't do other music. Here we go. Oh, you don't think I like it? Oh, okay. You don't think I like it? I'll have you know that I'm open-minded. I'm very open-minded, I'll have you know. Okay, so we got piano and strings. It's a ballad format, which is why it's got 12 million plays. Oh, the clock's a nice addition. No, his vocals are gorgeous, honestly. Like, anyone who says that his vocals aren't good or that they're bad or something like that, I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, we're double timing it or normal timing it? Build it up, buddy. Build it up. Oh man, these harmonies are sensational. Like, honestly, like they're such a breath of fresh air. I do like track 6 more than the other ones. Yep, great choice, the drum fill there. Nice break with the piano there. I mean, I know that's Jay's main instrument, but it's still good and welcome to have that. That bass line rolls in the deep, man. It's brilliant. I love the audio engineering in this album is sensational. Yep, his head voice is amazing. And that wistful piano line with the reverb tails is excellent. I mean, it's like I'm kind of soothed by this track. It feels incredibly calming to listen to it. I don't really feel the need to say much at this point because the song speaks for itself. There's nothing particularly unique about it. I mean, like, vocals, I've always considered Jay's vocals, especially in the later albums, to be of a high standard. I mean, I think the thing that elevates these particular songs is that he's got these jazzy, bum 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 bum. He's got these intricacies within the individual triads of the chords that kind of sound like you're cascading downwards. But the thing is with Jay is that he's done this like 12 or 15 times with his other previous songs, so it should hit or an emotional sort of like tone with me. But maybe it's just simply because I have been reviewing an album per month that I'm not particularly enamored by it, or it doesn't reflect the same way. I can imagine that if people were less exposed to Jay Chou, these would have been it would have been like a year of like no music and like, wow, this is a oasis in the desert, you know. But for me, I hear these progressions and these different concepts and stuff, and I hear Jay's voice with the polish it has now, both due to his increased vocal technique and also the engineering, and I'm just like, okay, this is good, but it's not exceptional to me. There's nothing within this song which makes me feel as if Jay's elevated himself. It's simply Jay trying to provide more of what he thinks he wants to do, I hope. I'm hoping he's making for this music for himself. I like the fact that we're going with that fairy tale aesthetic there, similar to the concept art of the track with, you know, the unicorn and everything like that. A lot of this has like a fairy tale aesthetic orally, apart from obviously the 6th track, A Larger Cello. Which I want to comment on because we've got this song is about using international dateline and zone to express love. I can get behind that. I think that that's a smart move. I think that that's a really cool concept. We'll look through the lyrics anyways, but a track A Larger Cello is actually hints that the public Chinese audience cannot even distinguish a cello and a double bass. Oh, yeah, in this way, the audience cannot appreciate those Jay's tracks with exquisite musical techniques and whimsical productions. So wait, if that is the case, then was Jay poking fun at the audience, or was he pissed off because they couldn't understand his music more deeply than simply his voice? Guan Hao Wang. Which one do you reckon it is? What does Jay want people to do? Is Jay wanting his audience to understand his music better, or is he of how they can't tell? I just don't know. It's interesting though. But I Love You No Different. It's 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is 7, right? This is the 7th track now. I don't want you to send me notifications, please. Yeah, the 4th one. So it's got 4 characters. Yeah, this one. Okay. A clock without a circumference. So we did have the clock tones at the beginning, so that makes sense to me. You know, I don't want Adobe Photoshop. Go away. It's been very quiet today. There's no target for long journey. You've stopped loving. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is different time zones and stuff like that, eh? I don't like the idea of Jay making these tracks when he's already in like a committed relationship with his wife. It seems sad to me that he's wistful about loss when he's already gained so much. You know, I Love You No Different. That is the time difference. Your leaving was too heavy a blow. My heart cannot find the dateline until I fly non-stop. So they're basically trying to find each other, but they feel as if there's an endless kind of journey that they'll have to go on. Your heart always leaves behind longitude and latitude. I'll return to your world, overcoming the toughness of love. That little bit of time difference. Yeah, so it's about someone trying to catch up to the other person and kind of understand where they're at and sort of make sure that they can get that intimacy there in their lives, dude. I appreciate that. I think that's a good vibe. I think that the track was good. I don't think it's necessarily as elevated as tracks 5, 6, and 3, but nonetheless, I appreciate the effort and put in. What I will comment is, Jay always teach the public differences between composition and production. I think that's fantastic. I think that it's great to educate people when you can, as long as the education is preferred, because you can't teach someone who doesn't want to learn, right? So this is the traditional track, a Chinese style song. Good to know, thank you. Okay, relatively tame approach to this vocal style, very soft. Okay, I hear that. I hear that.
在江湖里厮杀，无非是名跟利放不下。心中有江山的人，岂能快意潇洒？我只求与你共华发。
I like the fact that he's allowing the other instruments to come in when he's not got a voice. There is a cooler response between those plucked strings and him. You know, it's just 101 stuff, but he's smashing out of the park, dude.
剑出鞘，恩怨了谁笑？
I enjoy this.
我只求今朝拥你入怀抱，红尘客栈风似刀，骤雨落宿命角。
And the harps, they're a fantastic
谁
choice.
领风骚，我却只为你折腰。过黄泉夜桥，寻世外古道，愿你人间尘嚣，柳絮飘至自执手逍遥。
Use of the woodwinds here are kind of pretty, aren't they? Okay, I really enjoyed that little instrumental break there. I think that the difference in the textures due to the different instruments involved there makes it stand out from other tracks across the album. I'm glad that we've got that situation here handled.
窗棂斜映着呀，与你
Great dynamic range of this recording as well. Really appropriate for the style of music. Very pretty, very beautiful.
一笔画将你牢牢地击杀，提笔不畏风雅。灯下看红颜尽晚霞，我说缘分一如残山不说话。
Sounds like a natural performance for Jay Chou, actually. He isn't straining himself. I'm so glad that he learned proper vocal technique. I'm so glad because it just makes it, he doesn't sound like he's struggling anymore. In the previous albums he did, especially the first few, he was really struggling with his head voice, man. Really struggling.
爱恨如戏，山水画。剑出鞘，恩怨了谁笑？
I think they could have had like some extra harmonies here with the vocals. I think it would have been sounding good for me to have some like kind of really sort of subtle kind of extra note or something along those lines from Jay on the sides there. Just this is a sub layer to just make his voice sound bigger. Because again, I know that you can watch the video, but I'm not watching a video right now. I'm not watching a video. I'm listening to it. I want more because I'm greedy. There's just a mid-range there that could be filled up by something, a low mid. Yeah, no, yeah. Nice flattening of that bass at the bottom line. Is he using an 808? He is using an 808. Wow, that's subtle. That's subtle. That's clever. That's cheeky. Okay. You had the opportunity to go big or go home here, and we're doing it again with the flutter of the harps. I like the alternate phrasing and the abandonment of the original groove here. Good. Wait. Is that a Suona? Or is that the Urhu? Because if it's the Gujing, I'm going to shit myself. It's one of those two, Suona or Urhu. It's not a peeper. Charming. Charming. That was really tasty. That was a tasty little treat that we had there. I did enjoy my time with it. I just think that it elevated it simply because of the alternate. Hey, Erhu! Woo! Oh my goodness, I remembered roughly what it was. Woo! Thank you, chat. Thank you, Shredders. Oh, feels good to be a gangster. All right, we're getting close to... we're in the ballpark where I remember the names, and it's just remembering which instrument is which. Jay was doing open lectures around the time about production. Good to know. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the fact that he was doing it. Thank you. Thanks, Shredders. Thanks, Shredders. I appreciate the help. I liked at the time that every time I have to cough, I kind of fucking a dab, and it's back in 2016 or something like that when I have to cough. It's cool that the song merges Chinese style and Western string. Absolutely. I think it's wonderful, as well as the 808 on the low end, you know. Yeah, just to get back to that, I'm glad he's doing open lectures. Jay's got a lot of knowledge, and I'm glad he's passing it on. And when I remembered when I first listened to this song, I thought he's getting old. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he'd be in his late 30s at this point. You know, mid to late 30s. Not that one. We want this one. Oh, okay. Sure, man. I don't want cookies. Oh, I can reject though. Awesome. I didn't know I could reject them. Okay. So on the edge of the end of the world is windborne sand. The story of worldly affairs is called missing someone. Oh my goodness, he retired his sword though. Why would he do that? All I seek is to be with you until we have a grey hair. That's adorable. That's love. That is very charming. The sword is unsheathed, the gratitudes and grudges are resolved. Who smiles? All I seek at present is to hold you in my arms. The wind in the worldly tavern is like a blade. That's beautiful language. The wind in the worldly tavern is like a blade. I adore that. The rain shower falls, the drumbeat of karma. That's wonderful. These sentences are really interesting. Past the desolate villages and wild bridges looking for the ancient path beyond the noisy world. Far away from the hustle and bustle of the world, the willow catkin always floats together freely. I do like these Chinese style songs because they're exceptionally interesting story-wise, and the very rare occasions where we do have ourselves, how do I say it? The rare situations where we do have translations that are mildly coherent. Oh, thank you. Thank you to my Nanolife panels for doing their customary not knowing how the fuck to work. There we go. That's good. We're back to normal now. Yeah, I love it. Fate is like Zen meditation. Your tears like pear blossoms scattered all over the world on top of paper. This is honestly, this is probably my favorite song off of the entire album by the lyrics alone. And I don't even know if these are correct. You know, the sword is unsheathed, the gratitudes and grudges are resolved. Who smiles? Past the desolate. Bow for you. You glance back. The wind tavern banner rustles in the wind. The sword is unsheathed. The gratitudes and grudges are resolved. Team. I think that this is like a history story, something that happened, like a mythological thing or something like that. So that's fun. What is the song about? I kinda get it, but am unsure. Jay's into martial arts movies. He wanted to do a short movie about it. Take this as he made a movie just to serve purpose. Oh, so it was about a martial arts movie. Oh, okay, I get it. That's cool. That's great. Well, I adore the fact that he did it. To be fair, you know, just too hard to translate. That's okay. Thank you for the help anyway, Shredders. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's even helpful for you to tell me that it's hard to translate, because then I don't feel bad for not getting it, right? Jay uses the fact that most people are not professional music industry are likely to mix up cello to implicitly express his idea that there are a bunch of great songs from Jay to appreciate other than ballads. and try to convince the public that don't judge and criticize him when he's making songs that are not ballads. Ah. I'm so happy to hear that Jay Chou makes songs like that. It makes me very happy because I was thinking, if he isn't aware of that, come on, man. How can someone so successful not want to flex his muscles a little bit, you know? He got a bit annoyed. That's a shame. Jay's a good man. This is a solid album. People are being a bit lame. Dream, track number 9. People need to be nicer to Jay, you know? He's made 12 albums, and there haven't been any explicit, especially weak ones. Not that I enjoyed them all equally, you know, like the 8th. I love pissing people off by saying that. I gotta be careful though. I make people grumpy. Whatever. I'm a big boy, I can handle it. Oh, this is fun. These Eurotrance synths have come back with a vengeance, dude, and I like how they're interacting with the piano. They're kind of suffocating him, but that's okay. I don't know how the hell we chose to put this track here, but that's fine. I love the lower range rapping going into the higher pan sort of soft vocals. I think they're a nice contrast, you know, texturally. Oh yeah, this is kind of what I'm wanting. I like the use of the 808s with the kit. Still not as much kind of oomph as I'd like. Like with 808s, you can get 808s that are like nice and smooth and like palatable and friendly. And then you have 808s with a bit of like distortion to them. It would have been cool if Jade used an 808 with a bit more kind of grit. Especially since you got a fizziness with those synth strings. Or synths up there. It would have worked. It would have made sense. IMO. And by the way, before I forget, XZHDHL says, every month I wait for your response to Jay Chou's album. Thank you, Spider-Man. You're welcome. A friendly reminder, I actually haven't spoken about it. This will probably be the last Jay Chou album we do until 8,000 subs. I'm putting my big boy pants on and I'm going to be doing the 13th album at 8,000, 14th at 9,000, and then we're going to do the final album at 10,000. We'll probably hit 10k subs before the end of the year, but we'll see. Either way, the next album is going to be 8,000 subs. Does that mean we won't do another Jay Chou thing next month? We probably will, because I don't want people to give up hope. But if you want more Jay Chou content, literally subscribe if you haven't, because that will allow us to do the next album. Okay? Just a heads up, all right? But thank you to the support. Thank you to all you so far. I don't like that ba, 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 kind of baby kind of voicings up the top. I don't really like that. It's very kind of unusual and strange to me. Kind of a crazy move to have the album come out on the 28th of December. it's great to have the bass and the drums come out, you know. First future bass and Mando pop, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think we've heard anything like this yet, have we? I like that Jay is exploring these sort of electronic synthetic elements though. It was the time where people needed to do it if they're going to do it.
站起来，再重来，把脆弱推开，再倒退，别让灵魂空白，在现在，在未来，我为你喝彩。
Excellent use. I love the high keys at the end there. Nice catchy 3.5-minute track. I'm going to give that a like. I think there's a lot to enjoy there. I do like I think it wouldn't have nearly been as impactful if we'd simply just had the strings and the, you know, those synths and the pianos and stuff like that. Nah, man. We're gonna... Hello from Malaysia. Sup, Hanson Lee Ming Hoa. How are you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. I mean, I wish we could get to 10K subs in that space of time, but you know, it's cool. Let's just have fun. There has to be a celebration, man. But that was this track. Hopefully you guys are doing okay and having a good time. Dream. Come on, go. Let the dream begin anew. Different sweat flows towards different dreams. Yeah, it's definitely as Adman404 said, it's definitely about not giving up and following your dreams. For sure. Absolutely. Stand up, push away the weakness. The confidence is in your mind. Don't let your soul be blank. Yeah, that's true. Confidence is in your mind. You know, now in the future, I cheer for you. When you're continuing on, don't give you up because it returns to believe even more. Slow, open your heart if your opportunity arrives. Yeah, I mean, I think that the semi-generic sort of musical themes behind what was going on with the music itself, with like those synths, the piano parts, the bass and the drums, you know, I think that the wholesomeness of that reflects well with the vocal performance there. It does sound like an inspirational song. I can kind of hear that. There's a great sense of synergy between those different elements there. So I'm happy with that. Thank you to everyone for helping me as well figure out what the hell's going on there. And just before we continue, the piano at the start was Jay and Lang Lang playing Rachmaninoff together. Cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate people helping me out. Rachmaninoff. I mean, I know Jay can play piano really well. 10th track is the ultimate Tsundere song, and Guan Hao Wang says the production of the 10th track is really great to me. Well, let's try it. All right, kiddos, what have you got for me? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That's illegal. That's not allowed to do that. That's someone else's song. Lawsuit alert. Just shit stirring today. Nice, kind of warble on those guitar parts. Oh, a little bit of flexibility with the rhythmic phrasing there. I miss the distorted guitars, but this is good. Okay, this is very traditional, sort of mid-2000s kind of vibe to it, with the pop there, the western vibe. The brass is an absolute masterpiece, though. The master stroke with the brass. Awesome. This is fun. we're gonna potentially give this one a like.
着你，其实还想着你，请你别太得意。
Yeah, no, it's really tight. I like the fact that Jay isn't too paranoid about not having his vocals cover it. I like the fact that we're just allowing the groove of the drums alongside the bass line, everything like that, carry us forward. And I really appreciate the fact we let the brass go, "Prow," kind of for the first time since the 6th track. Good choice. A brainwashing song. Oh. Okay. I assume you mean a catchy song, right? A really catchy song. Oh yeah, that bass response. Let it fill in the low end maybe. There we go. I mean, like, it is a really catchy pop song. At 4 minutes, we're using great use of the real estate, you know, that got presented. Okay, please elevate it. Okay, we're gonna do a quick. We're gonna do a poll. Okay. At this point, will Jay A sing more? This point 302. Will Jay A sing more passionately, or B repeat the phrasing and energy we had before? That is my poll. Is he going to do more of the same, or is he going to elevate it? Apparently, okay. He's hot teasing us at the moment. Damn it. This guitar line's fun though. I like a wee. Oh man, this is sick, dude. And in a good way. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. That's a great track. I can imagine, because someone said it's Axathem said next one is full of London and it's MV. I can hear the London in that. I can hear the London with the brass and the big doofy hats and shit like that. I can hear that absolutely. I don't know what Tundere. What is Tundere? So we had a mixed bag, A, B, and A. I think we can safely say it was basically both. So it was like an A, B, or a ba. Sundere? Is it Sundere? I don't know. Is Tundere Sundere? I don't know, man. People suspect that's about Hannah. Who knows, man? We'll never know. We have to ask the guy. I wonder if problems with his voice restrict him from elevating a lot of his songs with more passion. I don't know, man. I mean, like, he's probably got the money to repair his voice if he needs to. It's fine. He could sing louder than that if he wanted to. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He needs to take care of his voice. I'm just joking, okay? I'm in a real mischievous mood today. Yeah, I would say this is probably about... This sounds like they had an argument. Yeah. This is probably about them having an argument or something like that, and it's like they got grumpy with each other, and then they kissed and made up, and then there was a baby. You know. Beautiful song though. It doesn't sound like that. There's a cognitive dissonance I have where I listen to this track and I think, okay, so I think that I think. You know, I think that it's about something nice and positive and upbeat. And it's actually about them having an argument. That's the power of not understanding the lyrics. But we've got track number 11, You Are Everywhere. Let's go. Need to go for a walk or something after this. Oh, this is very different immediately to what we had before. This is very mystical and magical. I love the piano work.
重复告诉自己，熟悉不再熟悉，但惊喜却还是一样清晰。老去吧，随着有首旋律，忘了左手的委屈，就算没伴奏也可以继续。
Hey, we gotta say hello to Shinyuda. Shin. What are we doing? Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you very much for the donation, Shinyuda. I appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. Also, while I'm here, Happy New Year to everybody. I don't know if I said that at the start because it was a complete mess trying to get this live stream to work. But Happy New Year. Hopefully you're sticking to your New Year's resolutions. You better be.
放弃，等于说放弃，在有眼泪的雨里，哪里都是你。擦干
Yeah, it's very nostalgic for some reason, even though I'm not intimately familiar with the track at all.
脑海里，你的笑容太彻底，彻底把我囚禁在你的呼吸。我跟着呼吸，在有眼泪。
I do like this song actually. What I like about it is that Jay is really sort of sticking to the legato phrasing of these passages there. I mean, in addition to that, what's going on is that we have Jay really sort of hanging into the mistiness, the ambience of the rest of the instruments within this arrangement.
哪里都是你，抱紧你是我逃离的距离。
Oh yeah, baby, there we go, bring it down. That's it, there we go.
世界里看不清楚的是你还是自己，我们都在等一滴。
Great combination of the guitar elements and the arpeggiation on the piano there. The strings as well are elevating it further. This is a completely this is incredible. This is excellent. Why is this so much better than a lot of the other tracks on this album? Why has this only got 10 million plays? Nothing makes sense, man.
还是一样清晰，老去吧，随着有首旋律，忘了左手的委屈，就算没伴奏也可以继续。记忆找寻新的记忆和痕迹，放弃。 等于说放弃，在有眼泪的。
It's getting so satisfying when we slide into that chorus line after that tom fill and everything kind of goes and breaks for a moment and then comes back in. I really enjoy that.
哪里都是你，擦干是否
It's very satisfying because it sounds like you're stuck in that room with him and you're kind of entranced by it. He sounds like he is fighting with his head voice a little bit though. There's a little bit too much of that going on. Have the guitar more prominent. Yeah, wonderful vibrato on his vocals there. It's a well-written song, well composed. The production and performance is damn near flawless, and Jay's vocals are the best probably on the album so far, or one of the best. I think that the I still think that the 6 is fantastic. I still prefer 6 to everything else, but this is probably second or third. So what have you guys been telling me about in the chat? It's the theme of Jay's musical movie. Well, that's good. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. My favorite song when I was in middle school, Yu Xuan Yan. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the song. That's fantastic. Rooftop was Jay's second direct movie. It's a musical film. It's actually the first Chinese musical movie to break $100 million in the box office. Chinese are just not into musical movies. I see. Second is Les Miserables with 62 music. Yeah, you guys don't, but honestly, like, if just between you and me, I find musicals fucking boring. I fucking can't stand musicals. I can't. I'll watch operas. I'll watch whatever the hell it is on ice, but I can't stand musicals, dude. The only one I want to watch, ironically, is the Cats one with James Corden in it. I want to watch that dude just slide around the place as a big overgrown furry bastard. I want to watch Cats, and you can't find it, and that annoys me a lot. So I'm going to see if I can find Cats tonight so that I can laugh at it. You know, kudos to them for trying, but the movie was a shit show, man. It's about dancing and fighting. Sounds like fun. Honestly, like, I want to fight. I want to fight. Yeah, you are everywhere. Forget about her, you tell yourself repeatedly. The familiar is now unfamiliar, but cloud is clear. What accompaniment the show can go on. Onward to memories and fresh air. Let the sun shine until the rain gives up. Wipes you no more. The rain with tears, you're everything holding you tightly, and it is a measure of my escape. It's too crowded for me in your world. Whether it's you, we're both waiting for the rain to stop. So this is effectively about the this is effectively about like people in the rain waiting for it to stop, uncomfortable and unhappy with how things have gone and how things are going on. And they're scared to wipe the tears away in case they won't exist anymore. Like if you let go of the negative feelings for someone, you know, will that mean the end? Almost like you're too scared to let go, but then things are already ended, you know? Ukulele. What do you think, Ming Sun? Do you think that one, the 11th one, is about Hannah? Because that wouldn't surprise me. But honestly, like, it seems like they're really unhappy together at this point. Why did they get married if they're this unhappy together? You know what I mean? That seems strange to me if they're making these songs about Jay Chou being sad and relationships with her and stuff like that. Yeah, sorry, you had me in the first part with the Cats is brilliant, but I can't listen to the song when I'm in broken love. I'll cry, the lyrics are too real. I can hear you there. The 12th one. Well, this is ukulele, and everyone knows, guys, everyone knows that ukulele songs are always fun. So if you don't like the song, then you're not fun, okay? So remember, in order to be a fun person, you have to like the song, okay? So you know, you're not allowed to not like it, okay? Oh, the synths? Smooth as hell, man. The Hawaiian synths? This is something that's genuinely unique. Why is Jay Chou putting his tongue in my ear at this point? Because like the vocals are on this side of the headphones. They're suddenly on the sides there. I don't know how to feel about that. He hasn't had the vocals on the sides there. Why is he suddenly in the correct range for his vocals to be punchy and a song with ukuleles and synth parts? How many different vocal styles does he have? Yeah, it's his style. But maybe I'm not a fun person. I feel bad for not liking it. I like the fact that we've got slide guitars alongside the ukulele. I like the personality behind the vocals. I think it's fun. It's a fun song to finish on. Okay, I mean, this is good. We're letting things kind of come out a little bit. Down a little bit. That song kind of was just one whole vibe from start to finish without much chill in it. And I can understand that from the perspective of like it being a 2-minute 55 track. So there's less of a kind of a sort of like a manic kind of need to have lots of different sort of themes and stuff like that. But it was almost like that one was kind of like a, hey, it'll be different to have, it'll be enough just for it to have ukuleles and fun synths with it. It's like with that one, Jay was like, yes, I think that we can have a generic kind of pop formula there with a nice sort of drum groove and stuff like that, as long as we do the instruments differently. And it works. I mean, it is a pop song. It's unique in the way that it combines those synths and ukuleles. It's fun. I don't know, man. This album has been unusual, dude. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like this album very much. But then I kind of... Yeah, I think you guys had it. I think you guys had me from the start. If you wear a flowered shirt, you must have a ukulele. Otherwise, you look like a homeless brother. Oh, this is meant to have a sense of humor, right? It's meant to be a funny one. Okay, so you're the ukulele on the beach searching for the light to change the blur intentions. Don't cut your hair, let it flow through. It just matches my 8-pack abs. Oh, good job, Jay. Good job. The beach with your footprint is a beautiful scene for life. Well, okay. It was nice to talk about the ukulele stuff. You know, it was nice to have that experience in general. I think that this is my review of this album, 12th Opus 12 or 12th Opus from Jay. I feel tired after listening to this album. I think that the main issues I had going into it were that I was told by people, and this is why I tried to sort of ignore people, and I'm getting better at ignoring people as I get older. You know, when you get older, you just find it really easy to not listen to people, and it's a blessing and a curse because sometimes people tell you really important stuff, and you're like, eh, and then you learn through screwing it up, and you didn't need to, you know what I mean? But you do anyways. But before I go into the conclusion, I will talk to people actually. A lot of girls. See, I think it would have been more fun if we'd watched the video. To be fair, I'm sorry, Blue Dinner Box. I'm sorry that you can't watch Cats. I want to watch Cats just so that I know what it feels like to want to crawl out of my own skin. Jay confronted the paparazzi twice. Once was with Patty when they were trying to go have dinner with Jay's dad. Once was with Hannah when they were eating with Jay's mom. He usually just ignores them. It tells you how serious about his relationships. Yeah, absolutely. And nice song to finish with. I'm glad you liked it, Hanson Lee Ming Ho. I'm glad that you liked it. I think that's fantastic. Because I think it's great that people enjoy music like this. With Patty, his label made him apologize. This Jay got pressure to apologize again, but J.R. Yang shot a video too and said that's why they're not apologizing. Dude, I think people need to calm down with the whole apologizing when the paparazzi confronts a celebrity. Like if the celebrity is harassing, no, not the celebrity. If the paparazzi are harassing someone, Jay needs to be able to say no. Jay needs to be able to tell them to fuck off. Like, honestly, like that needs to be a thing he should be able to do. Jay should be able to just eat in peace. You know, no, he doesn't owe anyone anything. You know, he really doesn't. He doesn't. And that's a difficult thing for a lot of people to understand, I know. Because a lot of the time I think people look at musicians and go, oh, they're rich and famous, so then therefore they have an easy life. And they don't. It's difficult. Because when you're famous, you've somehow got to stay famous. Because that's how you make money, is by being known. And the money in the music industry comes from attention. That's it. That's how the music industry operates. It's attention. But yeah. The album, I think the album was about, I mean, I don't even think there's an overall theme to Jay's album here, Opus 12. There were 12 tracks. There were 12 different sort of directions for Jay to go in with this one. He went through them. Some tracks I liked. The jazzy one was fun. The one with the sort of peppy little strings and sections with the synths and the doof-doofs and everything was great. The collaboration with Cindy Yen was fantastic. They had a great chemistry there. The one with Jay Chou, number 2. The problem is, and I'll be honest with you guys, is I don't actually remember most of these tracks. I don't. I listened to them and I don't remember them. And it's not that I didn't want to, it's not that I deliberately tried to forget them. I just don't remember them. Very few of these tracks to me are inherently memorable because it's either a lot of what I've heard from Jay before, so therefore it doesn't have the same impact, but also it's almost like it's just too perfect. There's very few rough edges to it. The 6th track with the collaboration between Lara Liang, they had a ferocious kind of they had a ferocious kind of humanistic element to them. The chemistry between the three musicians, especially with the double bass and the jazz grooves, was so different to what we'd had previously from Jay that it stood out. But a lot of the stuff, especially his ballads where he goes back into his like classical ballad stuff, his Chinese like style song was great, but it really doesn't sort of like blow me away. The vast majority of the rest of it. I think there are some concepts that Jay wanted to explore that he could do. And at the end of the day, Jay doesn't need to impress me, man. All Jay needs to do is do what makes him happy. And it's up to us as listeners to decide whether we support him or not. And I think it's an inherently sad thing that Jay has to deal with the pressure from his fans to make music they like. I think it's terrible. The whole production was only 3 months, so it's boring. That's shit. I think he needs more time. I think that's inherently disappointing. Like, I think that was a bad decision. I think that in his position, Jay, with the amount of leverage he would have had in the industry at that point, could have waited longer. You know, I'm going to say what I said with other albums, and it's going to make people angry, and I'm going to say it because I'm making a point of being honest this year. I think that if you're using time to justify a lack of quality or, you know, effect of an album, you shouldn't have released it. You shouldn't have. You should have just waited. You only get one first impression with an album. You can't take it back and then re-release it. It's too destructively cost inefficient, at the very least from like a business perspective. And trust me, I know this better than anyone because I've tried releasing music and it's been underdone and undercooked, and that's completely fucked my first experiences with people. I would rather Jay had more time to make music so that it was the best it could be. It's a fan service album. Well, the irony of that is, as I understand it, the fans were not happy with some of this. Oh yeah, but like, yeah, of course, but like, that's the gamble, right? The gamble is that you write it in a short space of time, and it either works or it doesn't. Some albums succeed because the freneticism is so sort of like it's so wonderful that it creates some unique experiences based out of the frustration or the stress or the tension of it. I just think that he's too polished at this point to really be thoroughly organic about it. I don't think that the short time frame for someone who's this polished was a blessing. It was more of a curse. There are some tracks in this album I really like. It's a shame that the kind of stuff I really enjoy from Jay, like there were no like rock or metal tracks in this one. It was mostly electronic or synthetic. And I understand I was warned about that in advance. But I think there's a lot of bands, even around this point in time, that were making music that incorporated those two. And for Jay to kind of miss out on that with this album, it's a shame. Especially with more tracks. I think this is a track with the most album with the most tracks in it that we've had so far. But these are my opinions. I think that Jay's vocals were great throughout this. His rapping was fantastic. A little bit too soft-spoken a lot of the time with his rapping. But like ultimately, I think his clean vocals were fine. They're where they needed to be. And I think that especially in some of his ballad tracks, he showed, and like especially with like track 8 or something like that, he showed what he was capable of. And he had range there and knew how to... It had a sense of humor as well. I had fun with some parts of it, which I appreciate. Like the Gong Gong track and stuff like that, I think that the themes behind them, I think the most unique sounding tracks were the most inherently interesting. He chose instruments and different phrasings and chord progressions and bass lines and drum parts that would suit those. It was very clearly calculated for the most part. There was very little... Oh, well, I'm glad that most people like this one. I'm just a contrarian, man. I'm a contrarian. I pick fights with people about this stuff. Not that I'll be doing about this one. Like, if I get comments telling me how wrong I am about this, dude, I'm being honest and about this, and I'm trying to quantify it with opinions and shit like that. But also, what I understand as a music reviewer, often people will give me like backgrounds about an artist and stuff. I don't care. What I care about is whether the music sounds good or not, whether it's constructed well, and whether it is indicative of the quality of musician that has had 11 to 12 albums out at this point. Because in my opinion, anyone who's gotten the opportunity to make 12 albums should be making the best stuff they've ever made in their entire life. Because what's the point of just hashing the same old shit and putting it out? If you're only doing it for the money, and if you're already a successful musician, then you may just stop. Just stop. If you just stop making music if you're not gonna put the love and care. But I think that Jay did put some effort into a lot of these, and I think that Jay did care about a fair few of these. In fact, he probably cared about all of them. It's just that I don't, because I didn't find them all that inherently interesting, and that's subjective. But yeah, nothing out of place. The production was damn near flawless. It usually is. That's the thing about Jay Chou at this point. He's a musician where he knows exactly how to get what he needs. His curation skills are phenomenal. He's got wonderful post-production now. There's no issues with that whatsoever. It's just simply Jay exploring his possibilities whilst trying to retain his fandom and balancing all his other commitments. And I really want the next few albums to be special, but I know that's up to Jay. So we'll see. I'm going to go. Thank you to everyone for coming along to this fan request live stream. Thank you for coming along to the Jay Chou Opus 12 album review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go check out Jay Chou's various social medias and his Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I'll catch you in the next live stream. That'll probably be a fan request live stream next weekend. So yeah, it'll be like a Patreon, But yeah. Spider hands up. 3, 2, 1.